Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 1 of Direwolf20's brand new Let's Play series. This time taking a look at Mechanical Mastery. Mechanical Mastery looks to be an automation-focused Skyblock pack that has hints of expert mode, but avoiding the grind. At least, that's how it sounds to be described. There's Project E, there's EMC, but not everything is EMCable. Basically, raw materials are EMCable. And we're going to check it out. That's about all I know about the pack. I don't know a whole lot, because as you guys know, I usually like to go into these things without doing too much research, so I can explore it together with you all. So we're going to take a look at Mechanical Mastery, and this is going to be our next Let's Play series. This is the one I was considering doing as we wrapped up Universe.io. I wanted to check it out first before I was sure, but at this point, I'm pretty sure. You can see I already created a test world, so let's go ahead and create a new Let's Play world. Let's Play world, and we're going to be in survival on hard difficulty, no cheats. And the only other game mode that I'm going to put on here is a seed, so that we can do DW20 Mechmaster exclamation point. And that's going to be my world seed. It's a skyblock, so I don't know how important world seeds are, but you never know. It's possible. So let's go ahead and create that world and see what we get. And we're in. So, in traditional Skyblock fashion, we've got a few pieces of dirt here. Looks like it. And a good old tree. Let's see, vein mine does seem to be a thing. Before I start chopping down trees and not knowing what I'm doing, we should do the standard Skyblock thing of looking at the quests. So let's review what this pack is about. I've only literally read like the first quest or two, but it looks like there is an overview, some cool configuration options that I really liked and have never seen a pack do before, so we'll look at those in a minute. And then we'll get started going through the different tiers of progression, which as you can see, start with thermal, then you get into create and immersive engineering, and then mechanism, and then you get into the end game, which is obviously heavily EMC based. So let's start with the intro. Mechanical Mastery is an expert, yet not horribly grindy, Skyblock pack focused around automating everything in order to keep progressing. So this is automation heavy, and it's expert mode. But it's not grindy, which is good, because like, too many packs fall into the trap of I'm expert mode, which means I'm going to make it like a 45-minute process to make a crafting table. That is not fun. So time is not fun. Automation and things to do are fun, so I'm very hopeful. Everything in order to keep progressing. EMC has been completely overhauled, and only raw resources such as ore chunks have EMC, and new mechanical essences can be crafted out of these raw materials with multiple tiers, giving exponentially more EMC the more complicated they get. In order to succeed in this mod pack, you need to learn how to automate these mechanical essences and gain as much EMC as possible. Good luck! Ding! Quest complete. So chapter 1 will be thermal, and if we check that box, we will see we have entered chapter 1 now. So first off, there's an overhauled ore processing, which I think covers like the entire ore processing line, and it looks like as we get into the pack, you can eventually get up to 25 ingots per ore, or 25x ore processing. It says you don't have to do this, but, you know, considering EMC cost is kind of a central theme of the pack, the more efficient you are with your ore to ingots processing, the better. And this kind of gives you the output, right, of how things go. And then eventually you get into purification and dissolution and all that stuff. So we'll check all that out at some point. Let's look at the configuration options. So there's two rows. These ones at the top turn things off, and these ones at the bottom turn those things back on. So what do I mean by that? The first one is banish the moon. If we check the box, it'll allow us to set daylight cycle to false and the time to basically noon. So if you don't like nighttime, just make it not be night ever again. Now, if you decide that that was a mistake, you can come back here. If you change your mind, you can always go back. Now, these do say, I think they're repeatable rewards. I think. I'm not 100% sure. And then this one. I hope my items don't fall into the void. Actually, I might die right there. If you don't like running after your grave every time you die, you can choose to keep your inventory, and that just runs the game rule keep inventory true command. Now, if you decide that that was a mistake and you do want to go back to that way, cool. Option 3, who likes phantoms anyway? The answer is nobody. Nobody likes phantoms. I agree wholeheartedly. The answer is nobody. By pressing this button, you won't have to remember to sleep in order to keep phantoms from spawning. Do insomnia false. Now, the I like phantoms actually button, this button looks brand new. It seems nobody has ever pressed it. In the history of time, I'm sure. No description needed. You don't want this anyways. That will allow phantoms to return. And then finally, why are you here, Rain? Just as I was preparing to take a screenshot, or just as I was preparing to start recording, it starts raining on me. So do weather cycle false and weather clear. I might investigate some of these. I'm not sure about the daytime thing because I like the challenge of like making sure I'm lighting up my platform and like mob spawning and all that stuff. But we'll see. And to be fair, is there a rain shield in this pack? I don't see one. Though we could always, use the Vulcanite amulet to blast away some rain. We'll see how long it takes to get to that point. But yeah, that seems cool. So we might consider ditching the rain. I might considering the. I mean, I do want to be careful about dying. I feel like death should have a little bit of a hesitancy, right? So I'm assuming you get a gravestone if you die. Now is /home a thing? No, it's not. And /back is also not a thing. So if I die, I need to go get my corpse, which will. So I do want a little, death things going on. So I'm gonna do the old. Oh, hello. What's up? Treasure chest. Good, I got a tree. That's a good thing. I got some saplings. So I'm down with this. What did I get? Oh, I got a transmutation table. Straight off the bat. That's cool. Remnants of old Skyblock packs where you start with a transmutation table and a bucket of lava and water. And look, they were even nice enough to know that Dire is not always the best at making cobblestone generators. So they gave me an extra bucket of water just in case. Very, very kind of them. Now, do any of these things have EMC? Saplings do, as do logs. So guess what that means? I don't have to sit here chopping down trees all the time. I can literally just like bing, bang, boom, and get all the logs out that I want. Now I'm assuming, no, I do want it learned. I'm assuming that what I'm probably going to want to do is grow trees to get EMC early on. But it's kind of cool at least that at some point we will just not have to worry about tree growth. We don't have to like set up a tree farm. Because that's everybody's favorite part of a Skyblock pack. You've done that a million times, right? How about dirt? Does dirt have an EMC value? It does. Cool. So if I want more dirt, I can just like literally take a sapling, burn it up, and then boom, I have half a stack of dirt. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. I like that. I'm going to leave that chest there because I'm hesitant to remove it just yet. But we can, definitely start off like growing out our platform here and giving ourselves more space to live on. Never a terrible idea. Look at that. And then we can get a cobbleworks going at some point. And I'm assuming cobblestone also has EMC, so like, if I do it smart, I can just, turn trees into cobblestone and then we're good, right? I'm assuming stone does not have an EMC value, but cobblestone does. So that's cool. So we can get cobble, but we can't get like regular stone. How about bricks? Do bricks have an EMC value? They don't appear to, no. No, they do not. Okay, that's fine. We'll figure out what does and doesn't. It looks like mostly raw materials, kind of like the book said. I guess it's probably a good idea to look at the first chapter. So let's see. Welcome, where it all begins. Oh my goodness, rewards, lots of things. Welcome to the mod pack where your objective is to automate every mechanical crystal. Through this quest book, you will receive many of the basic materials you need to fulfill this job. Make sure to learn the items first before using them up. No refunds. Good to know. Bing, bang, boom. Sweet. All right, so what did we get here? We got our sapling, water buckets and lava buckets we do not get more of, right? The transmutation table we don't get more of. Bread we can't EMC, but at least it's like free food. And a bed also not EMCable, but hey, there we go. Respawn point set. And coal ore does have an EMC value of 128. So that's cool. So I can literally just do that, and then I probably need a pickaxe of some kind. That's probably smart on my part. So we'll do this, and then we'll make ourselves a lovely pick. There we go. And then coal itself does not have an EMC value. Okay, so coal ore does, coal itself does not. And I'm assuming that's going to be the same pattern for other ores, like iron, for example. Iron ore, no. Raw iron, yes. Iron ingots, no. Got it? Good. So that's cool. Philosopher's Stone needs glowstone, and redstone does not. Interesting. But I'm guessing redstone ore does, right? Is diamonds the same way? So redstone ore does, yes. Diamond ore does, yes. And I guess the encouragement there is that, like, if you set up your processing, it can be really good. Also, it means that you can't easily dupe stuff, which is also nice. Cool. Okay. So that's that quest complete. Welcome. Quest complete. Wood. Done and done. Clay. And clay can be turned into bricks, another important resource for automation and crafting. And clay also has an EMC value, so we will just learn that, right? Anything I get, I'm going to want to immediately learn just because. Okay, I'm going to put these things in here because I probably don't need them too much. Oh, is there no middle click sorting of inventory? We're going to fix that. Controls, keybinds, sort. Is there no sort player inventory from Quark? Sort target inventory. I think that would be fine. Options, controls, keybinds, key. Sort. Do I have to do both? I don't like it sorting my inventory. I'll figure it out. All right, I think I found a Quark setting that I like, and I'll show you here what I did, is I went into Quark settings, management, inventory sorting. I turned off enable player inventory in chests. That seemed like the way to do it. Unfortunately, so it no longer sorts when I sort the chest. I can't sort my player inventory while a chest is open, but I can sort it normally. So, close enough. That'll work for me. All right, so we've got a handful of EMC items good now. So let's follow the quest line and see what's up. So create a basic cobblestone generator to unlock access to some basic resources. Remember, always learn the items first before using them. I agree. So luckily they gave me some extra water and lava, because dire no goody at EMC thingies and stuff. But, you know, we'll see what happens. I'll figure it out. So I remember I usually want 1, 2, 3, 4-ish, right? That's 3. If I lose 1 EMC, I won't lose sleep over it. Right? So if I set the lava block here, because what we want to have is if I put the water source here, it'll flow into there, right? And then we want this guy here. And I know, there's more efficient, I know there's more efficient ways. But also cobblestone is EMCable, so like, yeah. I vein mine you. Does that like vacuum into my inventory a little bit better? I don't know. It doesn't seem to. Sweet. Okay. So now what I should be able to do is get some... Did sticks not have an EMC value? I don't think they did, right? They do not. Okay, that's fair. But I should be able to now make one of you at least. And probably also one of you. Cool. And then no trash can. Well, luckily I have a world of a trash can. Goodbye! We hardly knew ye. And a little bit of torches might not go awry. Sweet, we're getting there. Look at this, we're already getting started. Right, so no EMC on any of these things, so we don't have to worry about that. Everything else has been learned, so we're cool there. Not too shabby. Not a bad start, right? Okay. So with that quest complete, oh, we get a stack of cobble, which is very, very generous. I'm going to put away my dirt now. And let's see what we get going on next. So from here, we can branch out into all the materials. It looks like we actually have access to most of the raw materials at this point. So redstone. Oh, we just like check the box and it gives it to us? That's cool. That's cool. Okay, so like it just hands it to us. I'll take it, right? Okay. Check. Check. This pack really is more about automation than anything else, isn't it? Now, all these things that we just got all have EMC on them, right? So redstone and iron and copper and gold and bauxite and nickel and tin and lead and silver. Just dump them straight into the table because, like they said, there's no do-overs. So, like, if you smelt all your iron, you're out of luck. So don't do that. Cool. Sweet. So plates and rods, the engineer's hammer is how you get your first plates and rods. It's not very efficient though. There must be a better way to do this in the future. Sounds like that's probably a thing. Basic mechanical essence. Okay, by crafting some gears and rods together, you manage to craft the first of the mechanical essences. This cube has an EMC value higher than the sum of its parts. So if you can manage to automate it, it will serve as a great EMC resource. See, that's clever. I like that. They basically gave you intentional EMC duping capabilities. You know, like so many packs are like, oh, we forgot that like you can like grind blaze rods into more blaze powder than vanilla, so like you can get like a blaze generator, right? Like those are usually accidental. This pack built their EMC generation around that concept and made the automation tasks based on the better you automate, the more EMC you get. That's really cool. I like that idea. That is super clever. Beginning automation. With these raw resources, it will not be too difficult to make your first power generator, a Stirling dynamo. Although far from ideal, it will be of great importance early on. Cool. So this is a to-do list for me. Sweet. That is cool. And then we'll branch into a bunch of machines and stuff. So like basic power transports, it looks like power is in the pack. All right, good to see. Basic item transport, pretty pipes, very cool. Down with that. EMC IO. Very cool as well. So we'll get into that at some point soon as well, it looks like. It doesn't look like it'll be too long before we get some of those things. Awesome. And then, you know, induction smelter and all the thermal machines. And then tips for automation. We'll definitely look into that in a moment. So let's look at getting the engineer's hammer. Sticks would probably be the way to complete that task. And then any plate, right? Whatever is the cheapest plate, I think would be fine. So we'd have to figure out like what the cheapest EMC value thing is, right? Bauxite and iron seem pretty low. Copper actually seems like the lowest of the low. And then obviously there's redstone ore. So let me get a few redstone. Let me get a few gold. Let me get a few iron. And that'll probably be a good start, right? For what we want to do here. So it looks like we want to make some furnaces. Now, is there like a better furnace type dude? I know we're going to have like thermal furnaces and stuff. I'm just wondering, you know, there's dark matter and all that, but I don't see anything like, you know, iron furnaces, gold furnaces kind of deal. So that looks cool. Let's do 16 of these. Okay. And then we'll get some redstone. Ooh, iron level pickaxe, huh? Okay, I can handle that. Let's do 8 of each resource. Does that sound smart? So that we can be efficient with our gold and copper and all that? Yeah. I think that seems like a smart idea. Okay. So we'll do like, you know, you, and then you can be here. Does charcoal have an EMC value? It does not. Okay, good to know. Just checking. Now, here's my first question. You know, this is the measure of the pack. Time in a bottle does exist. Booyah. That's what's up. That's what's up. Time in a bottle. It's there. I checked. And then I see the watch of flowing time as well. Right? So then we're going to see you later. And that's cool. And then we can get our first redstones. Sweet. And then some gold, and then some copper, and all looks good to me. Cool. And then for here, we can start working on our dynamo, right? So we're going to need some more iron, obviously. I'm probably going to want to get, let's go with like 16 more iron. And my EMC is already getting low. I'm burning through it very quickly. And in fairness, they gifted me a bunch of EMC by giving me all those items, right? They could have given me 1 gold. They gave me, I forget how many gold in their quest reward here, right? I forget. It doesn't tell me anymore. Yeah. But it doesn't tell me here either. But long story short, they gave me, you know, more than 1 of each resource. So that's cool. All right, so let's get some nuggets so we can get our gears. And then our coil. And then we need any forged stone. So it needs to be regular stone. So it needs to be this kind of stone, right? That works for me. And unfortunately, like I said, no EMC value on those guys. So no quickie converts from cobble to regular stone. I can't remember the last time that was in a pack. Though I bet with the Philosopher's Stone you can convert them. So I guess if you like did that and then Silk touched it, it would be cool. Nice, we get some experience for that. All right. So that's the beginning of automation. So now let's check this guy out, right? Because I want to make the engineer's hammer, and that shouldn't be too hard. Okay. And then let's also get the plate, which would be a copper plate is probably what we want, right? So that is made like so. And then if we check our quests, that is experience. And then the basic mechanical essence is this guy. Basic mechanical crystal is there. Okay, so this is made with copper rods, iron gear, and aluminum gear. Cool. And then that is that's used to make a bunch of things actually as we progress. So that's used for more than just EMC duping, but the main and then that can be used for regular mechanical essence. Neat. Oh my goodness, that is cool. I like everything about this so far. Oh, it also generates RF. But I think the main purpose being you put in a multi-servo press and then you get 8,000 EMC for each mechanical crystal. That's kind of cool. Yes, sirree. All right, so I figured I'd like to make a little wand here for purposes. So we've got our Sterling Dynamo, which is cool, which means we can now branch into, it says make any constant in dust, which would be cool for a quest there. And then any Invar dust, which would be cool. And then we've got our basic, transports and things, and then some machines, right? So let's... Beginning automation thermal. I do like the idea of doing like more efficient machinery, right? Now here's a question. What's the deal with like lava? I'm guessing once I get... So does obsidian have an EMC value? It does not, actually. It does not. So obsidian does not equal EMCable. Neither are magma blocks. So I'm going to have to look into if like lava generation is easy-ish, right? I mean, obviously there's this thing, which, maybe easier than we think. But it's going to be a while before we get to 17,000-ish dark matter EMC. So let's do this. Let's start with the Sterling Dynamo and get our basic power cables. So energy cable starter or basic. So starter is very simple. Cable basic. I always like to go with basic if I can. I think that's doable. I think that's definitely doable. So we're gonna need these things, right? So let's take a look. So to get dielectric rods, we're gonna need some either charcoal or clay. We can get the clay. And then we can get some of you guys. Sweet. Okay. And then dielectric paste, 2 sets of that. A bunch of that. And then a basic capacitor needs a bunch of redstone. Is this mod in the pack, the pressing K thing? It is not. So I have to craft that manually. Not the end of the world. And then we should be cool to get some basic cables. Cool. Now, since none of these things have an EMC value, I'm just putting them away for the time being. That's fine. Not a big deal. Okay. So that's all good. All the furnaces are cool. Oh, I've got extra iron. Good. There we go. So my assumption, therefore, is that we need to now make a pulverizer so that we can get the dusts so that we can do stuff. And while we're at it, we should probably also make a redstone furnace, which should make our lives a little bit easier. So let's just see what we need to see. So both of these require a mechanical frame and a redstone flux coil. So I'm going to get 1, 2 of them. I'm going to get some tin gears. Looks like I'm going to want like 8 of those. So our EMC is getting what I would call low. Definitely getting what I would call low. Anything else we need while we're here? We're going to need copper gears. We're going to need a lot of copper gears, actually. Yeah, we're getting, like, massively low on EMC. So I think what we should do before we really get too low is start some EMC generational stuff. So let's look at manually crafting. Well, no, because we need to turn this. We need the multi-servo press, which requires Constantin, which we're going to need the dusts, right? I don't know how easy it is to get. So if we had one of these, which we don't have any of, so no, that's not going to happen, right? But the blend needs dust, which we can use the hammer on the ore for. So that might actually be cool. I could be down for that plan. We still need the 10 ingots, right? But if we wanted to make, let's prioritize making the multi-servo press. Is that cool? I think that's cool. All right, so yeah, let's do that. So then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put away some of this wood that we have that we don't need that much of at the moment. And the multi-servo press would be Constantin, which is copper and nickel. Do we have any nickel? Not really. So you know what I should really do is just do a little bit of tree. Is this a thing? That's a thing. That's a thing. And that's how we'll get a little bit of an EMC surplus coming in, right? And it might be smarter to just do this and then this. That way we consolidate all the drops from the leaves and stuff. Yeah, I think that's a good play. Cool. And then we can dump, and then we can get some nickel. So if I were to just hammer that nickel, that would be nickel grit. And then if I hammered some copper, that would be copper grit. And then those guys turn into Constantan blend, which is what we need to make the multi-servo press. Now we're going to need a total of 8 of those. So we need a healthy bit more nickel, right? And let's make sure that we always keep a sapling in here just in case. I'm going to farm up a little bit of EMC. This will take a minute, so I'll be back when I'm done. I'm basically just doing this. Cool. So I will be right back. All right, after a little bit of rain, I can then do this and that. I'm going to put some more of these in here and then sleep through this night. It was raining. And I know I can disable the rain, yada, yada, yada. All right, so to make this, we're going to need some tin gears. Which, did I use all my iron nuggets already? I guess I did. I'm surprised to see that, actually. But we're going to need, I'm going to get the 2 tin gears so I can get the 2 machine frame blocks. And one of them is going to be going into a multi-servo press. So I need Constantin ingots. And that would be pretty cool. A block of iron needs a little bit more iron. I think I need some more of this action. You can see I made an axe. And I've been getting apples, but they don't have EMC. Just as an FYI. Close. Close. I want to have a full set of 8 for the iron. There you go. Sweet. Okay, so we need that, and then we need some bronze ingots. Was that also a quest, by the way? Bronze? Oh, I got Constantin ingots for that quest. I wish I had known that. That would have saved me a little EMC. But bronze is copper and tin, right? So while that's smelting, I'm going to do more of this. I saved an extra sapling, but then also don't forget, you can just EMC saplings. So if you get unlucky like I just did, as long as you have some EMC, you should be fine. Not too shabby. Okay. So I want copper. What is it 3 copper and 1 tin? I believe that's correct. There's your tin. So we're going to do hammer. 3 copper and a tin. Should be bronze, which I can then smelt up. I'm going to start another smelter here. I broke these. I was a little too early on the whole let's break these things. That'll be that. And then the multi-servo press just needs bronze at this point, right? We need 1 more bronze, and then we've got everything. Yeah, buddy. Awesome. Okay. Now let's bust out some dirt and my buddy, the building wand. So are you going to be cool about... Excellent, you are. That sounds smart to me, a good starting point. And then we'll use our power cables. We'll go a little bit of this. And then we'll start with our multi-servo press and a little bit of coal. Cool. Beautiful. Okay, that works. So you should be charging up now. Nice. Now let's try making one of those things that generates a bunch of EMC, right? So to make that thing, I need 2 copper rods, an iron gear, and an aluminum gear. Okay? So 2 copper rods, an iron gear, and an aluminum gear. How much is aluminum? Raw aluminium. Bauxite is what we're looking for, and it's only 256, so that's not bad. That is not bad at all, actually. So bauxite. We'll get you smelted up. I should make that thermal smelter because I suspect that's probably going to be more efficient. So what do I have to do to get that? A little bit more clay and some more copper gears? That's probably doable. That's probably doable. 1 more copper. I'm going to try to be efficient with this coal chunk here. We'll see. We'll see how impatient I get with things. Okay, and then the 1 copper. That's almost done. And then iron. Cool. All right, so to make this guy, we need some copper rods, 1, 2. Okay, we need the iron gear. And then we need the bauxite gear. Did I get the 4? That's Constantin. That's aluminum. Cool. So I'm going to math this real quick, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 copper, right? Which is 128, which is 512. Yep, 512 for the copper gear, or for the copper, right? Iron gear is 4 iron, which is 256. So that's 1024, right? Because it's double, right? So 256, so 512 plus 1024. So that's your iron and your copper. I'm excluding the iron nugget, but technically it's 256 divided by 9, whatever the heck that is. I'm not doing that one. I'm just ignoring that. And then finally, it's 4 aluminum ingots, which is another 1024. So if my math is correct, it's 2560 EMC. Now that's not counting the coal to smelt, and that's not counting the iron, but that's at least probably tripling, right? If we include the coal it takes to smelt those resources, I would say that that probably is a tripling effect, right? So I should be able to make this now. And then I do this, which apparently takes a little while. So what do I get for you and for you? Sweet. I like that. So that probably at least is going to be tripling my EMC, right? It, like, whatever goes in triples out. But keep in mind that there's a lot of processing and automation that needs to go into that if we're going to do that more frequently. But now we've got, look at that, 8,000 whatever extra EMC, 8192 more. So that's cool. Oh, and look at this quest reward, 16 of those. Hello, friends. That was worth doing. Boom, 139,000 EMC. Don't mind if I do. EMC links output 1 item per second, yet redstone furnaces and pulverizers take longer than that to process 1 item. Because of this, you will most likely need 1 pulverizer and 1 redstone furnace each per raw material needed for automation, copper, iron, aluminum. Remember to trash unwanted byproducts such as slag, or they might stop your machines from working. You can use the stack limiter module to limit how much your machines can accept, which is useful so your 1 iron pulverizer doesn't consume all your EMC by filling with 64 raw iron. That is a very cool tip. And I'm going to save checking that box until later because I, want to have free experience at some point. So Invar Dust is going to be 2 iron and a nickel. So that shouldn't be too hard, right? 2 iron and a nickel. And then we can hammer that stuff up. How cool is this? I like this. I'm down with this so far. Very cool. So I think that's a good wrapping up point. That feels like a great time to wrap up the very first episode here. So do me a favor, as usual, in the first episode of the series, leave some feedback in the comments. Let me know what you think of the series. Does it look cool? Does it look like you're going to enjoy it? And we'll check it out. So this is fun so far. And I like the rewards thus far. Like, I really love that after getting, because it was a little bit of a struggle to get to this point, and then they're like, here's 16 of these things to really give you a good EMC boost so that you can get, a bunch of stuff here without having to hit trees all that much. So that is cool. That is super cool in my opinion. I like it. All right, so now Dial20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Let's come back next time and continue down this path. We'll get some more automations up and running, and all that other good stuff. For now, take it easy.